5 men trapped, tanks closing in, no reinforcements. And then, a teenager with a bazooka stepped out into open fire and changed the entire battle. This is how Francis Currey became a legend. In December 1944, in the frozen forests of Belgium, a young American soldier stood alone, surrounded by steel beasts rolling toward his position. His name? Francis S. Currey. At only 19 years old, he would face one of the most terrifying nightmares of the Western Front and walk away as one of the most decorated heroes of Battle of the Bulge. They called him the scariest soldier of World War II. But why? This is the hidden story of Currey, the man who terrified the enemy. Francis Sherman Currey was born June 29, 1925, in Loch Sheldrake, New York. Orphaned at age 12, he grew up on a farm, toughened by early hardship. In 1943, at age 17, he enlisted in the United States Army. Within months, he found himself in the thick of battle. By October 1944, he was assigned to Company K, 121st Infantry Regiment, 31st Infantry Division. He landed on Omaha Beach in July 1944, barely weeks after D-Day. But it was December 21st, 1944, at Malmedy, Belgium, that his legend would begin. On December 21st, 1944, German tanks and infantry launched a furious attack on a strong point near Malmedy. Currey's platoon was defending a bridge crossing in Strong Point. The enemy advanced with tanks and anti-tank guns. Many American soldiers were pinned down under heavy fire. Currey, an automatic rifleman at the time, made a decision that would shock friend and foe alike. He grabbed a bazooka from the wreckage of the strong point, then braved enemy fire, crossing an open street under tank gunfire to reach the weapon. From that position, he knocked out multiple tanks, using the bazooka and anti-tank grenades. He forced several tank crews to abandon their vehicles. Then, noticing 5 of his comrades pinned down in a nearby factory under heavy small arms fire, Currey didn't stop. He went in and rescued them. 2 were wounded. His actions turned what could have been an American disaster into a moment of victory and terrified the German attackers. The scariest soldier wasn't a nickname given lightly. Currey's fear factor came not just from bravery, but from his mastery of weapons and tactics. Before the battle, he had trained on the Browning automatic rifle, BAR, .50 caliber, bazooka, and anti-tank grenades. During the battle, he displayed unusual initiative. When the tanks rolled in, he abandoned his automatic rifle position, grabbed the bazooka he found, and engaged the enemy tanks directly. He then shifted his tactics from anti-tank to rescue mode, moving under fire to extract wounded comrades. He turned from hunter to savior in the same fight. It was this combination of aggressive offense and selfless action that made his name feared among the enemy. As one German report later noted, unofficially, this single young soldier caused more chaos than an entire platoon. For his heroism, Currey was awarded the Medal of Honor on August 17, 1945. He would also receive the Silver Star, Bronze Star, and 3 Purple Hearts. But the title of Scariest Soldier came not from medals, it came from how the enemy reacted. German tank crews abandoned their machines. Infantrymen fled when they saw a lone American rise up from the smoke. After the war, Currey returned to civilian life but remained a symbol of what one man can do under fire. Even decades later, veterans from both sides would speak of that December morning
I
with
can still
reverence
see the faces of
and
the
fear.
men in the foxholes. It never really leaves you.
When World War II finally came to an end, Francis Currey didn't return home as a man seeking glory. He came home quietly, carrying memories far heavier than the duffel bag on his shoulder. In his hometown of New York, he tried to rebuild a normal life, something far more difficult than facing German tanks. Currey rarely spoke about what happened in Belgium. Neighbors described him as humble, reserved, almost uncomfortable with admiration. He worked for the Department of Veterans Affairs for over 3 decades, dedicating his life to helping other soldiers long after he had earned the nation's highest military honor.
Thank you, sir.
But behind his gentle demeanor, the winter of 1944 still lived in his mind. The snow, the fire, the chaos, and the weight of the lives he saved. To the world, he was a hero. To himself, he was simply a soldier who did what had to be done. As the decades passed, something remarkable happened. Veterans from both sides, American and German, never forgot the young soldier they faced on that frozen December morning. For the Americans who fought beside him, Francis Currey became a symbol of courage under impossible pressure. The man who charged tanks to save his brothers. But even more telling were the memories shared by German survivors. They spoke of a lone American who fought with the fury of an entire unit. A soldier who forced tank crews to abandon their machines and turned a hopeless defense into a sudden retreat. Their accounts weren't myths. They were acknowledgments, reluctant but real, of a young man whose willpower had shaken an entire assault. Francis S. Currey passed away in 2019 at the age of 94. Yet his legacy lives on far beyond the medals he earned or the battles he survived. His story is carved into the history of the Battle of the Bulge, a reminder that true heroism isn't loud or boastful. It's a single soldier refusing to surrender, even when the world expects him to fall. In that snowy Belgian village, Currey proved what one person, armed with nothing but courage, instinct, and heart, can do when everything is on the line. This is the legacy of Francis Sherman Currey, the enemy's nightmare, his brother's savior, and one of the hidden giants of World War II.